Hey, did you know that the magic that you're currently looking for is in the word that you're avoiding? No, before you guys lynch me, I know that this is something that you've heard countless times before, but let me break it down for you real quick. Oh, let me start this off by saying I may not know you on a personal level, so I may not know what situation that you're currently in at the time when you were watching this video, but what I'm here to do on my end is give you some rather unsolicited advice on the next best step that you can take in order to achieve that outcome that you're looking for. Now, my interpretation of the quote, the magic that you're looking for isn't the work that you're avoiding, it basically means you have to work to get what you want. But, but, hear me out. Hear me out. You see, the reason why a lot of people avoid the work that's necessary to do to achieve the magic that they're looking for is simply because when you hear the word work, it's often associated with something negative. Trust me, everything negative has the word work in it. For example, homework. That is all the examples I'm going to give you. That should be enough to tell you exactly where I'm going with this. Now, in order to explain this further, I'll just give like a quick example of an outcome that most people would like to achieve, or the magic that most people search for, but they would limit themselves by the work that they're avoiding. Now, when I say they limit themselves by the work that they're avoiding, I basically mean that they associate work as something bad, something negative. I'm saying that our dopamine receptors are so fried that when we even consider doing the bare minimum of something that's necessary, it fills us with a sense of dread. No, there's a whole lot of science behind it, but to break it down, you see, the reason why we feel a whole sense of dread is because we are doing or we are participating in an activity that doesn't instantly reward us. We've been conditioned over the years to chase instant gratification slash instant dopamine. Now, the quickest way that we can get instant dopamine is the same device that you're using right now to watch me. So, for example, you wake up in the morning, turn off your alarm, you immediately go to IG Reels, and you have your dopamine hit before 5 a.m. Now, if you were to do wake up and let's say clean your room, you'd be like, that's a lot of work. Not knowing that the same time it takes you to clean your room is the exact same time it takes for you to watch 200 IG Reels before 7 a.m. in the morning. And you're still gonna get that dopamine hit when you finish doing the chores. Now, why do you think watching the IG Reels would be considered better than actually doing chores? As I mentioned before, instant gratification. We want to feel as pleasured as possible with the least amount of effort required. Now, since we've gotten that explanation out of the way, and judging by the fact that you're watching this video, it's safe to assume that you've seen all of the self-improvement that YouTube has to offer. So I'm not going to go into an entire rant about why you should throw your phone away. However, I'm going to give you a different perspective on it. And this is exactly what you need to do in order to crave the hard work. That is, to change your perspective of the work. You see, when we're doing something, have you ever noticed that when you're going to do something that you don't particularly like to do, you use a particular word? I'm going to give you an example and you're going to tell me exactly what word that is. Well, you can't exactly tell me because this isn't a live interaction that we're having, but you get the point. Now, let's say you are going to miss out on practice because there is something at work. You would say something along the lines of, as much as I'd love to make the practice, I have to stay at work today. The emphasis that I use on that particular word should tell you enough, or it should tell you exactly what the word is, the word have. You see, when you're doing something that you don't like doing, you often use the word have. I have to do this. I have to do that. You say it in the context as you have no other choice but to do it. You don't like it, but you're going to do it because you have to do it. Now, there's actually a simple way around this. It's going to take lots of practice, but you're going to start by just saying you get to do something. For example, okay, you have roommates. Let's say it's your turn to do the laundry or the dishes, or you live alone and you have to do the chores. There is a pile of laundry that's on the chair that looks like a guy at 3 a.m. for some reason, yet you keep piling clothes on top of it. So instead of telling your friend or your cat that you have to deal with the laundry, you need to shift your perspective. You get to do the laundry. You get to move the laundry from that chair. It's been weeks. Why haven't you done that yet? So simple. You just need to change your have to a get. Oh my, I have to get up to go to work in the morning. Oh wow, I get to go to work in the morning? No, let me just give a quick disclaimer here. I have never once said that in my life. I get to go to work in the morning. But you hear the difference in tone when I say it. Compare saying I have to do something to I get to do something. I call it the SpongeBob and Squidward mentality. It's not something that I just made up. It's just like an analogy because it's particularly the same thing. Okay, SpongeBob is a guy that is excited to go to work. Squidward is the guy that is not excited to go to work. Squidward has to go to work. SpongeBob gets to go to work. Now, I'm not gonna dwell too long on the example that I just gave there. It's an analogy that helps you to further understand how changing your have to get will get you to start the work that you're avoiding in order to achieve that outcome. Now, let's say, for example, your outcome is a physique that you've always wanted. Instead of adopting the mindset of, I have to go to the gym 3 times a week, I have to eat, I have to count my macros, I get to go to the gym 3 times a week. I get the opportunity to train, to work out, to break down muscle, to build it back up again. Let's say your outcome is financial freedom. You don't have to dedicate all those hours of work, or you don't have to learn marketable skills in order to, let's say, present yourself as an entrepreneur. Instead, you get to dedicate your time into learning new skills that you believe will help you grow and develop as a person, a marketable person, someone who is capable of doing things for themselves. So to top it all off, I'll just say the quote back again. The magic that you're looking for is, in fact, in the work that you're avoiding. However, it's your attitude towards that quote-unquote work that determines your chances of seeing that outcome or that magic. All you need to do is just shift your perspective. You just need to see the work as something that you get to do. It's something that you get to prove to yourself that you're capable of doing this. And it doesn't have to be the biggest obstacle that you have to take. You always start with small steps. If you're a person who plays video games, you don't immediately go to the first boss without playing the tutorial. You need to start simple. Simple habits that you know are going to contribute towards you achieving that goal. No matter how minuscule or minute that habit may be. If it's something as mundane as waking up, making up your bed, cleaning your room, preparing to go to work, if that's it, that is it. If it's a habit as mundane as doing dishes, that's something that builds up discipline. It shows that you're able to say, you know what, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to do something else. And you're going to feel way much better because you're delaying the gratification. So, the magic that you're looking for, it's right there. You just need to take the first step. You just need to change that perspective. Listen, you don't have to do the work. You get the opportunity to do the work that is necessary for you to find your magic. You get to discover your magic. Listen, it's your life. I'm not going to be the one to drag you out of bed to do any of this. That is something that you get to do.